gotta bounce it. Could you jump on that thing?
Ooh.
Keep running, keep running. There's different games, like there's Genesis, there's Super Nintendo, there's all these other systems. Yeah! Oh, you almost made it.
They're very interesting and they're challenging, and I like things that are challenging because if you get to the next level, you feel like you're a champion.
Destroy the game. They use a computer, I guess, and they take a whole bunch of characters and put them in the same thing and make them move, like in a computer, and put it in the disc. And
Kinda like
put it in the
cartoons.
cartridge.
Cartoons are kind of like that.
This game has a lot of different frames of animation, and that really makes for a really great game. So when you put one frame after another, it looks like a cartoon. Those are the separate frames of animation. That's his run animation, frame by frame.
I want to know how, after you draw the people, and then how do they put it together so you could control them?
The programmer is responsible for piecing the various animations together, and he's also responsible for getting a character to move in a certain way and to, roll over or jump, or dive.
At this point, the game's still under development, but we can actually play the game to an extent here. We can actually move around on the screen. We can see things like the clock moving. In this case, the chandelier falls, and as you can see, it breaks on Tom's head. That's showing that we have a collision point set up for the top of Tom's head to indicate that he's been hit by the chandelier, and the chandelier actually explodes.
I like when they jump and like how far they can jump.
What we're looking at now is an earlier version of the game. His running animation is incorrect. As you see, as I try to jump up the stairs, it's not jumping right at all. The collision maps are off because you can see that the point missed Tom there. And until that is turned on and set up properly in the program has no way of knowing that the chandelier actually made contact with Tom. After we've got everything into the game and the game is playable and complete, this is the version we call the alpha version. And this is the point where we need to fine-tune the game. This is the point where we bring the kids in for testing to help us test the game.
I think it's good that you have a child's opinion, because adults, like a lot of times, they'll think differently.
Playing a game that's not even known yet, it's just like the birth of a game. If we don't like something, we can tell somebody what we don't like or what we do like, so they can add or take something out of a game.
In one point in the game, Tom needs to avoid the exploding television. If he hits the television at the wrong point, the television explodes and Tom loses one of his lives in the game. Right there. And the angel disappears. And now I've lost one of my chances and I start over at the beginning of that level.
It would rise up to be an angel, and I thought it was funny. I think there should be 9 lives, just like a cat, 9 lives for Tom.
The computer programmers had to figure out how to get these characters to interact, and they did it with instructions like these. This is an example of the source code that would go into a game like Tom and Jerry on the Genesis. There's a lot of these instructions. In fact, if we were to print this thing out, we would end up with over 300 pages of printout to be able to cover this one game.
I wonder how they get all that stuff into a little cartridge. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say that. How did they get all this graphics, this adventure, all into one little disc about this big?
If we could open up the cartridge, what you'd see inside is a chip. No matter if it's a 16-bit system or a portable or an 8-bit system, each one is actually a powerful computer, and the software running on it is just like any computer program that delivers what you see on the screen.
Oh.